This morning on DC News Now, a double shooting outside a Prince George's County liquor store. What police know about the deadly gunfire. And more clouds building in throughout the day before the rain returns tonight. Meteorologist Jackie Layer is tracking our next weather maker for the middle of the week. Tragedy on George Washington Memorial Parkway. The husband of a woman killed in Friday's severe storms, sharing cherished memories of their marriage.
The only thing left was growing old together.
A new stadium could mean new business opportunities for DC. The Commanders team president's vision for RFK Stadium. And putting pride in the streets of DC.
We want to celebrate. We don't want to shy away from showing our colors and celebrating who we are.
The new mural welcoming the start of World Pride.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, and thanks for starting your Tuesday with us here on DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Tanaya Wright.
And good morning. I'm Shanika Grimshaw. I'll be taking a look at your roads in just a bit. But first, let's talk to meteorologist Jackie Layer with a check on how it's going to feel today. So I know stepping out this morning, and that was about 2 this morning, it was kind of cold to me.
Yeah, it was a little chilly. Yeah, especially earlier this morning, too.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's still some areas are quite chilly, too. We're just a little bit after sunrise this morning. That was officially at 5:51, and we're seeing temperatures right now starting off in the 40s for some of the suburbs. So heads up. Satellite and radar, though, out there right now. We're tracking dry conditions, so mainly clear skies and calmer winds did allow those temperatures to drop through the overnight. So again, you may expect a little bit of that chill out there this morning. Back out towards our back out towards the west, I should say. We're talking about that system, and that system will be bringing us likely wet weather out there for tomorrow morning's commute, and that rain could be heavy at times. So heads up. That'll be for tomorrow morning. Out there this morning, we're seeing some 40s in the suburbs, including Frederick coming in at 48, 46 in Martinsburg, Winchester as well. In DC, we're coming in right at 56 degrees, a little bit cooler than yesterday morning around this time. Most areas running about 5, even close to 10 degrees cooler than what we had yesterday morning at this point. Now, as we're tracking out the rest of your day today, mainly sun-filled skies this morning will give way to increasing cloud cover by the latter half of the morning hours. By 3 p.m., we're continuing to notice more of those clouds filling in as high temperatures will climb back in those lower 70s today. That's a little bit below normal for this time of the year. Typically, we should be right around 77, but still, lower 70s still feels quite nice. But yes, you'll notice more clouds, and then we're looking at the rain chances increasing later on tonight, and certainly we'll notice more of that wet weather across the area for the day tomorrow. More details and timing, how much rainfall you can expect coming up. But Shanika's back with the on-part look at those roadways. What are you seeing right now?
All right. Hey, Jackie. Well, we are still seeing this one crash, and this is along BW Parkway heading northbound through Laurel. Just past 197 is where you're going to find the situation here. You are seeing traffic stacking at this hour, and you are at the top of the 6 o'clock hour, and you are seeing just cars slow down and stopped at this point. Look at all those brake lights there. So you're able to get off at 197, but yeah, past this point, it doesn't really look good for commuters. Now, checking out your roadways, you are going to see, you're looking good along the 14th Street Bridge. Overall, you are starting to see delays along DC 295. Here's the situation here along BW Parkway. So heading both north and southbound, you will see delays. Northbound, though, that's the problem. So if you're heading anywhere north toward Baltimore BWI Airport, that could hold you back. For the rest of your commute, 66 east and west, that's looking good. 95 north and southbound, that is clear as well. And again, in the district, DC 295 is slowing. 6:03 this morning, developing now. A double shooting at a shopping center in Prince George's County left a man dead and another in the hospital. Yeah, our Yamarie Sase is at the scene this morning in Lanham. So Yamarie, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning. Well, this parking lot is a lot calmer compared to what we saw yesterday. This parking lot here in Seabrook was filled with a lot of police cars. One man dead, another person injured, and now police are on the search for the suspects that are responsible for pulling the trigger. Now, you can take a look at this video just last night. You can see all of these police officers out here investigating. They say they responded around 8:40 last night. Police say the shooting happened outside one of these businesses, and one of the victims actually ran inside for help. That's where they found one of the men shot, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital later, and that's where he later died. Now, another man was shot but drove himself to the hospital. Take a listen to what police had to say.
We do not have anyone in custody. We urge the community that if they saw something, please reach out to us with any tips that they may have. Our officers will be in the area patrolling, so I wouldn't say, that there's any threat to the community at this time.
Again, police say they have no suspect or a motive right now, but if anyone has any information, you are encouraged to contact police. We're not reporting in Atlanta, Maryland. I'm Yamaris to say, DC News Now.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Well, developing now, a 13-year-old girl in critical condition after being hit by a car in Sterling, Virginia. Police say that she was hit while trying to cross the street on her scooter. This happened last night on the intersection of Noakes and City Center Boulevard. The driver stayed on the scene. As of right now, it's not clear if any charges are going to be filed.
And new this morning in the district, a fire broke out in the Colorama neighborhood last night just before 9 p.m. DC fire crews responded to the 2400 block of Colorama Road in Northwest. Officials said smoke and fire was reportedly seen coming from the first floor of the home. Crews working for almost an hour to deal with the blaze, and there are no reported injuries. Investigators are looking into the cause of the fire. And details out of Maryland, 2 people and 2 dogs were rescued from the Potomac River late last night. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue officials say they were stranded on a paddle boat along the river after they got lost. They were relocated to Seneca Creek Boat Landing and were told no one was injured.
And we are hearing from the husband of a woman killed in Friday's storm when a tree crashed onto her car on the GW Parkway. Our Max Marcilla has the heartbreaking story you will only see on DC News Now.
This video shared with DC News Now shows how frightening a Friday drive on the George Washington Parkway was. With blinding rain falling, the wind knocking over trees, this driver not far away from a potential tragedy.
It was loud, it was windy, it was like a ruckus.
But tragedy did strike twice on Friday. 61-year-old Marla Holden died when a tree fell on her car. She was one of 2 people killed in the storm in Northern Virginia.
She was a woman of accomplishments, and she had accomplished everything she wanted to in life, including our marriage. The only thing left was growing old together. So it took a big tree to stop that.
Her husband, Wesley, remembering her as a fighter who could do anything she put her mind to.
It's indescribable, the randomness of it.
The work to clear up this damage Friday's storm left behind has lasted through the weekend and now into the week, causing a shutdown on a stretch of the GW Parkway between Bellevue Boulevard and Alexandria Avenue. That made Monday rush hour a rough one.
I was in that backup 20 minutes. I moved maybe 50 yards. And so I turned around and parked my car in the park across the street. I live right over here. I can walk 5 minutes to where I live, but I can't drive here.
With challenges for cars, buses, and even first responders to get through.
Just created a whole lot of heavy volume.
And the shutdown of that stretch of the parkway is expected to continue through at least this morning's rush hour. Meantime, Wesley Holden says he is going to honor his wife with a ceremony in the coming weeks.
And in Maryland, the severe weather expected Wednesday has forced University of Maryland to reschedule its graduation ceremony. The main commencement is now postponed until Thursday. Gates will open at 5 p.m. and the students will start their procession at 6. UMD says this change does not impact the individual school and college ceremonies for Wednesday and Thursday.
And a Washington Capitals player charged with public intoxication for a fight that happened over the weekend. Police say defenseman Alexander Alexiev was fighting with another man Saturday in Clarendon. Now, they say he was pepper sprayed before arrested. Clarendon, a well-known hangout for Caps players. They practice nearby at the team's headquarters in Ballston. And we are learning more about what a potential new stadium for the Commanders could look like.
Yeah, the president, Mark Klaus, saying he wants it to be the crown jewel of the city. Plans for the RFK redesign include housing, green space, and retail options. Klaus is planning on making the whole area walkable as well and wants a roof on the stadium so it could be used for blockbuster concerts and other big events.
Being into that, but in a contemporary, relevant way that feels like you are at the absolutely premier facility in all of sports, and that's the goal, with a view that looks up the mall and that is iconic but yet, you know, fierce, and that's what we're building.
With the current plan, over $1 billion of taxpayer money will go toward funding the stadium. And the D.C. Council has until July 15th to start the process of approving the stadium. And there's a new mural being created in the district just in time for the start of World Pride.
That is right. It's a colorful display on 15th Street, but also adds a safety component for families in Northwest. Our Daniel Hamburg takes us to the new Rainbow Road.
Brushstrokes are slowly turning 15th Street from regular pavement into a rainbow road.
Everything's coming together.
Lisa Marie Thalhammer is the lead artist with a mission to
Just bring joy and creativity and color to the community.
It's part of the World Pride celebrations just getting underway in D.C.
This is a really special time for the city, and we really, we want to celebrate. We don't want to shy away from showing our colors and celebrating who we are and being visible.
More than 100 volunteers are helping to visually separate the space between parked cars and the bike lane. Thalhammer says, as far as she knows, this is the longest LGBTQ mural that's been created, stretching all the way from O Street up to V.
So many bikers are saying thank you. Thank you for making this bike lane safer. And I think safety is a really important part of this project.
It's stunning. I walked by and it just put a big smile on my face. I like how they've separated here at a stop sign, so there's not as much crisscross.
The project also features 8 LGBTQ artists, including Mundy.
The piece is called We Exist. Recently, our administration has literally said that non-binary people and people that live outside the binary gender don't exist. And that doesn't mean we just poof and disappear.
The artists wanted to keep all this under wraps until it was almost done for fear the Trump administration would somehow squash the project. Mundy says their piece and the entire project is about bringing joy to others.
A person walked by the other day and they were like, I'm from a small town and this just makes me so happy. And I said, I want you to look at this piece. I want everyone to look at this piece and know that they are seen and that they are safe.
In Northwest, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, your time right now is 6:11 on a Tuesday. The unofficial start of summer is nearly here.
Yeah, what to know before you hit the roads or fly out for Memorial Day travel. Plus, Siri, maybe she's been eavesdropping, and nearly $100 million settlement means Apple may owe you some cash. After the break, how you can get some money back.
Yeah, but first we are taking a live look outside. Jackie, the sun is up, and it was a bit cooler start to our morning.
Yeah, just a little crisp out there to kickstart the morning, but at least we're going to be having that sunshine through the morning hours before more clouds build in later on this afternoon ahead of our next system. And that system will be bringing us wet weather for the middle of the week. More details on that right after the break.